Aaron Luce, everybody, please give a hand.
I love you, Frank Melvin. All right. So this story probably would have been a little bit more appropriate for the last event that you hosted, but I couldn't make it to that, so here it goes. I was 19, and I was in a band, and in my opinion, the band was pretty good. Some other people thought so as well, apparently, because we had a regular attendance at shows. Didn't do, really great things for my humility. But anyway, we got booked for this wedding, and the name of the band was Little Ivory Blues Band, which, like, you would think, okay, yeah, cool, kind of like low-key, bluesy. Maybe that's what these people thought. But so we got booked for the wedding. Apparently, the bride and groom didn't listen to us at all before booking the band. And so we got there, and there was like not a single person attending this wedding who was under the age of probably 65. And most of them were like significantly older. But the story's not really about that. That's just sort of setting the scene. So there was this girl, and she was the daughter of a family friend of a family friend. And she lived, up in North Pennsylvania, Clearfield or something. But she was in town for the weekend and kind of had a crush on her. And I was like, hey, do you want to tag along to this wedding where I'm in a band. Do you want to come to this show where I play in a band? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. I was like, yes. So we go to this wedding, and it's like a total buzzkill. And we get halfway through the first song, and someone like runs up and stops us, and they said, could you turn it down? Because people are like taking their hearing aids out. And you can't make that shit up. And we're at this point, like, not even amplified. And there's like a couple people that get up and sort of dance a little bit. And then like 3 songs in, everybody leaves. And the bride and groom are like, you can stop. Because there's no one else here. We're going to go home. And they were like, we'll still pay you. I was like, good. So we go home, and I'm hanging out with the band and this girl that I kind of had a thing for, and like one by one, the bandmates start, calling it a night, and then finally it's just me and this girl, and one thing leads to another, and it's at my parents' house, and so sealed the deal. We banged. And then that night, it was a Saturday night, and I know this because at 6 a.m. the following day, she gets up to go to church. I'm not really down with that, so I stayed in bed. And so earlier the day prior, she had invited me to come up with her to her place and hang out and like do some tubing on a river. I was like, that sounds rad. Let me see what the work schedule's like. I worked at a pizza joint. It wasn't as cool as being in a band. But anyway, so I wake up, and my mother, whom I love dearly, is sitting like at the foot of my bed, and I wake up, I'm like, oh, hey, Mom. And she was like, just, wanted to get an idea about what your schedule was, if you were gonna, go up and spend a couple days up north, do the tubing. I think it'd be good for you, a little change of scenery. And I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to do it. I've got, a shift conflict, but I think I can get someone to cover it. And she was like, yeah, that'll be good. And, those are, really nice people, and they'll treat you well, and beautiful place. They'd been up there before, I hadn't. And I was like, yeah, no, I think I'm going to do it. And she goes, okay. And then she holds up the condom wrapper and she said, did you two have fun last night? And then she slapped me. But then she laughed and walked away, so it's kind of mixed. Anyway, I got caught banging that girl.